People have this imagination that working from home is great. You don't have to wake up early in the morning like when you have to go to the office because if you are late, you might lose your job. You have to dress up appropriately and then get stuck in the traffic. Who knows how long it will last? But the reality is entirely different. Working from home is way difficult because you are simply going to get lazy, especially if you are keep working up of the random times. You have to dress up appropriately and then get stuck in the traffic. Who knows how long it was? But reality is entirely different. Working from home is way difficult because you're simply going to get lazy, especially if you keep waking up at random times. Why you go to bed early when you don't have to wake up early in the morning? Your discipline is going to fade away. And I'm saying that purely based on their personal experience, and anyone else who worked from the home would tell you pretty much the same thing, because working around the same time, dressing up and having some morning routine is an excellent way to keep yourself motivated and productive. But since we are all stuck in this quarantine, many of us losing the motivations to do anything and aren't used to work from home. We are getting lazy. Whether you have to work from home or what to keep yourself motivated, here are few tips that I would like to share with you that have been helping for years to stay motivated while working from home. Start with task complete. I have been working from the home for the years already, and I have tried different ways to keep myself both motivated and productive. But what I never took seriously is making my bed first things in the morning until I came across the speech by Admiral William H. McRaven at University of Texas back in 2014. It might seem a little small and insignificant task, but finishing one task, it will motivate you to do another task and have experience personally. When you wake up and check your social media first things in the morning, it gets much more challenging to get up and do something, whether when you complete a small task such as making your bed. It spends a mess it sends a message to your brain, one task is complete and it's time for to move to another task. So one task completed will soon turn into the many tasks completed. Second, drink 2 cups of the water to get some fresh air. Do not jump directly into the working. Prepare yourself first, because if you do not want to might end up the happening is that you turn on your computer, you start to procrastinate, you might turn your Netflix or YouTube, and never time you check the time you realize that hours have already passed. So first you get yourself hydrated by the drinking 2 or 3 cups of water. Remember, you are made out of the water, so no drinking water for the 7 or 8 hours is going to make you feel lazy. So, a simple method to motivate yourself is to get hydrated. But as a living creatures, you need some fresh air. Usually, I just go for a little jog in the morning. Your body needs that. Being locked down in the one place can easily lead to depressions and anxiety. But if you really can't live because this quarantine, at least open your window and breathe for a few minutes to get some fresh air. But to be honest, I believe that even in the middle of this crisis, people should be encouraged to go for the little jog at least. It will help us to stay active and spend this difficult period a bit more wisely instead of just lying on the bed the entire day. The point isn't to run an hour until you get yourself exhausted. The purpose is to change your environment and get yourself into a working mood. So I usually jog for 15 to 20 minutes at best every morning. Third, working out in the morning. And if you want to get the best out of it, follow it up with the short workout routine. I am not a big fan of the working out in the morning because it drains out your energy and will power that you're supposed to spend on the more pressing matters. But your body needs to move and strength after 8 hours of sleep. You know those days when you spend the entire day just laying on your bed, you start getting lazy and tired whether if you get up and do something. you start getting more and more productive. So working out at least stretching and doing some light training workouts would encourage you to get more done. And don't forget to shower in the morning. Even Elon Musk said that the showering could have the largest and the most positive impact in real life. It might sound like the exaggerating, but it helps away, so don't miss it. Next, dress up if you are going to work. What I also practice, and you might have heard other people suggest, it is dressing up as you are going out. The purpose of it tricks your brain into thinking that you're all ready to work. If you wear the exact same clothes as you were sleeping with or usually wear at home, it purposes your brain to think that you are at home and you're supposed to relax. But dressing and repeating yourself as you are going to office would trick your brain into the imagining that it's time to work. It really works. Try it out. Fifth, have a separate workplace. I remember when I moved to a different city, I rented the studio since I wasn't planning to stay there for long. After the week or so, I realized that I started to getting lazy. I felt like I didn't want to work. So the next day I decided to work at the local Starbucks. Guess what happened? That feelings of the laziness disappeared. I don't think that's much to do with Starbucks coffees, but I started getting lazy because everything I did was in the one single room. I slept, worked, and even had food delivering into that studio. Don't be surprised that you are lazy if you aren't leaving your room at all. And that's why going for that morning jog is the morning is essential. I am convinced that separating your sleeping place from your working place is going to have significant impact in your motivations. 6. Clean up your desk the night before you go to the bed. To keep myself motivated to work starts way ahead of the morning, the night before I go to the bed. I'm not sure about other people, but personally, I feel like I am more motivated to work when my room, office, desk, or the place where I work is clean. But I don't like cleaning up first things in the morning because it takes a lot of the willpower. And I would love to put that energy into the more important tasks. So before I go to the bed, I make sure that I clean up my desk so the next morning, then I get up of the showers and dress up a priority, I can start tricking important tasks. 7. Make the short to-do list of your most essential tasks. However, the thing is that not every task is equally important. Some are much more important and urgent than others. And some tasks can wait another day or two or even a week. Before I started working, I made the short list of the 2-3 most important tasks of the day. These tasks are so important that if I accomplish them with the day, I would consider the day to be successful, such as the writing the script for a video. It takes hours to research and work, but if I don't, the day is wasted. So I would start working on them first in the morning, and the goal is to accomplish at least 2 of them by the afternoon before having the lunch. It is afternoon and I have already accomplished so much. You have no idea what strong psychological impact is that to me to achieve even more thoughts the rest of the day. But to do that, I wake up at 7 a.m. and start working from the 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. With short breaks in the middle, but zero distractions. I even keep my phone in the different room. 8. Work with the teams. Here's another thing I find out that keeps me motivated. Is when I work with a team, when other people are dependent on me, when their work can't be accomplished without mine. It forced me to get into the job done in order to do not leave my teammates down. Take an example of this channel. When I started, I didn't know what I'm doing. I would procrastinate on making videos, but then I hired graphic designer and animators to help me with the process. I can't procrastinate. I have deadlines to meet since my teammates are depended on me. So what you are doing to try to create a team around it or just a team, to great team will inspire you. Many of these tips might not seem to make the huge difference individually. Their impacts might be limited. However, self-improvement or progress is about making the small changes increase incrementally. If you are freaking lazy, chances you will suddenly get motivated and productive, like Elon Musk overnight, are really low. But what you can do is to start implementing these tips to gradually keep yourself motivated to work.